This is a short bite episode of Homeschool Together. I can teach you to bottle fame, brew glory, and even stopper death, Mr. Potter.
We're talking about Potion Explosion today on Homeschool Together.
Hey, give me my intro. Hello, welcome to Homeschool Together Short Bite Edition. Today we're going to be talking about a terrible, horrible, no good, very good game called Potion Explosion.
This is from Horrible Games by Simon.
As we joke about that, it's part of our Halloween series, so hopefully you guys have been following that. Ariel has been doing a great job with a lot of Halloween stuff on Instagram. If you have a chance, head over there, check it out. So Potion Explosion.
Right. So this is a game designed by Lorenzo Silva, Andrea Crespi, and Stefano Castelli. And it's 2 to 4 players, 30 to 45 minutes. It says 14 plus on the box,
yeah, I think that
which no. We could definitely play this game with... I think we could probably play this game with our 6-year-old with some help, but I'd say 7, 8 comfortably could play this.
Easily. There's minimal reading.
There's no reading.
And it's really, basically, the gist of it is if you really, really enjoy Harry Potter Potions class and you enjoyed Candy Crush, this is like the perfect game for you.
Yeah, this is awesome. We only got this game actually a few weeks ago, but we played it a ton since then because we really enjoyed it. It's got a mechanic that we don't have in any of our other games. Yeah. So there's a tray with... Well,
and this is a big thing for you right now. You're trying to find different mechanics. Like, it's
right,
not
we have so many of the same...
You know, it's a drafting game, or it's a
deck builder
or whatever. It's like you could just get
a roll and move.
Yeah, you get kind of tired of playing the same mechanic with just like twists. This is something brand new.
Right, this is totally different. I guarantee you have nothing like this in your collection. There is actually a tray of marbles, and there are 5 different colors of marbles that roll down the tray in different lines.
And there's kind of a hidden section of it, so you like in Candy Crush, you don't know what's coming.
Right, you don't know what's at the top of the tray. But on your turn, you are going to choose a marble, and if it causes 2 other marbles of the same color to collide, they explode, and you get to take those 2.
Exactly.
And it could then make several chain reactions. You could end up with all these marbles. And what you're trying to do with the marbles is you have 2 potions in front of you, and you are trying to brew those potions by adding the correctly colored marbles. So each potion's got some little circular cutouts of different colors. So you know, like, okay, this potion takes 5 different marbles of these varying colors. And once you have completed your potion, it counts as victory points at the end of the game. But it also has a special effect. It lets you to maybe draw an extra couple of marbles or reuse a special ability or steal marbles from the other player, or, you know, so there's a few different things you can do. So you've got these 2 potions in front of you you're trying to complete, and then you have a little flask to the side where you can hold some extra marbles for another turn.
And
you can drew too many.
You play them anytime you want. Yes.
Right. So you're drawing every turn you are drawing a marble, and then they roll down the chute and they collide, and you're drawing extra marbles and trying to get as many as you can. Sometimes it's to fulfill your own potions, but a lot of times it's to, you know, mess over your opponents who want a certain color.
Well, and what's cool is the various potions that you're trying to solve have varying levels of difficulty, and they account for, you know, higher victory points. So if it's something that's a little bit higher victory points, you may have to have like 7 or 8 marbles that need to go into the thing, or if it's only 3 victory points, maybe it's 4 marbles, and they're very easy. They're all like two different colors.
Right.
So you are making choices because once you finish your potion, you're selecting from more potions that are ahead of you, right? Like, wasn't it like 4 or 5? How many? 4 or 5 piles?
There's 5 piles, I think.
Yeah, and then you get to choose which one you want. So you can say, oh, I'm only going to go for easy ones, or I'm only going to go for hard ones. Who knows? And you also get to see what the special ability is. So if you're trying to choose which one you want, you can make the right decision. You may have to choose a harder potion to fulfill that, you know, that requirement or whatnot. So
right. And as you're playing, there is an extra little token of the professor. You get some help from the professor. You get an extra draw, but it's worth -2 victory points at the end of the game. So you can kind of keep that around and use that to help yourself. It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty quick and easy. We have some friends we play with, and one of those friends suffers from analysis paralysis. And I would say, if you have somebody like that, this will be very difficult for them because you can't really plan too far in advance. It depends how many players you have, right? If there's only the 2 of us playing, I know you can only draw from one row unless you use a special token or special ability. So I can kind of plan like, well, if he takes this one, well, I'll take from this other. I have like a couple backups. But if you're playing with 3 or 4 people, by the time it gets back around to that person's turn who has this analysis paralysis, they're going to have to look at a completely new board and then go. And if you got one of those people that tries to like maximize every turn and wants to do absolutely the best turn they can take, this is not the game for them. Or put a timer on them.
You may have to shot clock it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just it will be new every turn what they get to evaluate. For us, we're pretty fast at looking at it and making a good enough decision to keep the game moving. But we definitely were like, ooh, we can't play this with those friends because it'd be a problem.
Yeah, we're considering pulling this out for the 6-year-old to try to see if maybe she can enjoy it and
right, and maybe
with some help. Maybe with some help.
Yeah, we probably will play it with her without doing any of the special abilities of the potions and just do the exploding part. I just love how tactile it is. We have nothing like this in our collection. There are a couple of expansions for it. We did actually get one of them, and we haven't gotten to break it out yet. That gives some extra abilities, but just the base game of Potion Explosion is so fun, and I know that your mother loves Candy Crush, so we're going to take it to her house this weekend because she's going to absolutely dig this game. And I know that the kids are going to love this. It's got just enough strategy to, be interesting for us, but it has these cool marbles and the mechanism of them exploding and refilling, and the whole thing is just, it's really cool. I really like this. I've been looking forward to getting this game for like over a year, and it just came back into print, and I'm so excited we picked it up.
Well, it's fairly popular. There's a lot of how many expansions? 1 or 2 expansions. So it's a great. I think it's a great choice. I think it's a really cool dynamic. I think if you pull it out with some people who may not necessarily be super gamers, I think it's something that people can easily play.
The rules are super easy for it.
Super straightforward. I think it's easy to explain. I think it has a lot of fun and playability, especially as you're pouring marbles back into the tray and they're kind of sorting and the new stuff's coming down. I think it just has a lot of fun, tactile, enjoyable experience. And I agree with you. I think that age range should be pulled way down. I think it's something that can be played with for fun with younger kids.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Maybe you're not going to get a kid who's going to think out the nth of every strategy decision, but you could do some things to even out the game too. You could put a sand timer or something on adults who are playing with kids so that they don't have too long to think about, how many cascading explosions forward or something. I mean, you could do some things, but I think a savvy 7-8-year-old could definitely play this game.
So Potion Explosion from Seaman. Those are the same people who do...
Yeah, Simon,
who do... Is that Pandemic?
No, that's Z-Man.
Z-Man. Jeez, I get them all...
You get them all confused.
I get them all confused.
Yeah, this is Horrible Games under Simon, so I don't know how that kind of works out. But yeah, it's a great game. It's got the dispenser now is in plastic.
Oh, yeah.
So
if
you end up
very high quality, I didn't have any issues with it.
Yeah, everything is really good quality in here. If you end up buying this game, if you end up seeing it used, just know that the first edition has a cardboard tray for the marbles that just it's actually a bit nicer looking, but it doesn't hold up the same way as this nice plastic tray. So you're going to want to get second edition of Potion Explosion. So you might be like, oh man, I see a great copy of Potion Explosion and it's, $15. It's like, well, it's because it's probably first edition. So just be aware that don't get caught in that trap. But otherwise, it's a great Halloween game. It's kind of Harry Potter-ish, and our daughter was definitely intrigued when we brought it out and wants to try it with us. So
Potion Explosion. Get a copy, check out the show notes. We'll have a link for it down there.
Thanks so much for joining us today and making us a part of your homeschool journey. Please engage with us on social media. Join our Homeschool Together podcast group on Facebook and find us at Homeschool Together Podcast on Instagram. We'd love to hear your feedback, questions, and recommendations. Until next time,
happy homeschooling!